While I'm keeping an eye on every player, Wiser controls every room.
Rob, a strong finish, but you left yourself quite a lot to do. Why do you think Leicester were able to get that lead today?
Well, I think Leicester did what they did, and they certainly did it better than us. I mean, if you watched us, you would probably kind of go, how many more times are Exeter going to give up the opportunities they're giving up? I mean, early on we were a bit slow to clear out. So when we had the ball, we couldn't keep holding it for very long. I mean, when you think about some of the territorial control that Leicester had, you kind of go, how did we concede so few in the first half? But then you also think, a chip over the top when play's broken down for them, and we're probably back on top defensively, gets a bounce that goes away from both our cover players, and pass to the floor that gets picked up and run in, and you go, well, there's a lot of points, and you take that away, and it's a very even game, despite us not really doing very much. And that's my frustration. My frustration level is that where we're just giving things up a little too easily and in very basic ways. Even in the second half when we were getting some control and some momentum, we kick out in the full, we drop balls. Anything, almost it felt like anything we could do to kill our own momentum, we did. And some of those things were without pressure. They weren't pressurised things, and that probably has hurt us as much as anything else. Some of the stuff that we did out of pressure has hurt as much as the things that we did under pressure.
Can you explain why you weren't sort of your usual accurate selves?
I think it's a difficult one at the moment. There's a lot of chopping and changing happening all the time around the side. And I think, we've obviously, with internationals coming and going, our injury situation, then we had cards from a couple of weeks ago, and it just feels like we go from week to week to week without just quite move. It feels hard to move on, to progress. So we're going okay, but we've not really been able to push the team forward. I think that's playing quite a big part in it. And I think the other part as well is where we're in a scenario where Leicester are a good side. We've got some more established teams playing very well as well, and there's a little bit of different pressure there for us. And we're probably not responding to it as strong as we can do. So there's numerous things. But I think still, you watch that today, game today, you don't go, well, Exeter are a bad side and Leicester are clearly the winners of the Premiership, and that's probably my frustration. My frustration is, I think by the time we get to the last 2 weekends of the season, we can be a very, very good side. But I don't know how much we can afford to give up games like this before we won't get there.
But at least a bonus point leaves you a little bit further up in terms of the points tally. You know that 4 more wins and you'll get there. With all your experience in knockout rugby, it's still going to be a hard team to beat, aren't you?
I don't know, because with Gloucester having their game in hand, I think there is a reality that they could bang the wins in and overtake us if we win the rest of our games. So we've got a challenge. We've got a challenge here. We've still got to go to Saracens. We've got Harlequins coming here. Bath, we're playing Bath, who were towards the bottom of the Premiership, and they suddenly look like they're finding form. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be a right old battle for us, whatever happens. And it's going to be exciting. It's going to be interesting, but we're going to have to knuckle down in a few areas to get there.
And just final one from me, Rob. You were seeing the RFU said this week that they want to go English after 2023 and Eddie. I know in the past you've spoken about how it has to be a big job to leave this place. Where are you with the England job as things stand?
Well, right here and now, I'm going to concentrate on winning some games of rugby for Exeter, because England might be looking at what's going on here, and I might be the last candidate they want. So I think right here and now, regardless of anything else, we're going to focus on winning some games here.
Okay, thanks for your time, Rob. Cheers.
Thank you very much.